Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time being here, thank you for joining us on this episode of HWYSpec, where we take the hottest new vehicles, spec them out the way we would do it, and we get your specs in response. Today, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, we are speccing out a brand new Ford Maverick. Now, if you follow our podcast, HWYSpec Hot Takes, you would know that the 2023 Ford Maverick is completely sold out. The 2022, completely sold out. Now, of course, dealers do get some stock that they have ordered for dealer stock, and you can still pick one up if you're willing to pay the price for it. But we are going to build one out the way that we would do it, and I, of course, at the end want to know how you would build it out. So, here we go. We've got the 2022 Maverick. The 2023 is not out for specking yet. However, no significant differences other than adding the trimmer package, which personally I would not do with a Maverick because it is a small truck. Adding, a little tiny bit of clearance and some bigger tires just doesn't really do it for me personally. But fortunately, I have had the ability to drive one of these, and it was an XLT model, and I really enjoyed how they did the interior. So the interior setup is really nice with the cloth. It's still, you can tell that they didn't spend a lot of money on the interior, but what they did was really nice. Some of the touch points, the different colors, the different textures, I think it really works well. I've sat in a Lariat. Personally, I'm not that excited by it. I love the gas mileage of the hybrid, but for me, I've got to go with the EcoBoost. A little bit more powerful, actually a decent amount more powerful, but then also it gives you all-wheel drive. The hybrid motor is front-wheel drive only, so being in a climate with snow, I will want the all-wheel drive so I can take this up to ski resorts and things like that. So let's start the build. Now, if you saw the Bronco Raptor video, I do like a lot of Ford colors right now. So this Area 51 color is great. The Cactus Gray, again, great. It's really hard to narrow down to what I would personally do. I kind of like this iconic silver. I've seen this red. It's okay. Personally, I do like black on a truck, even though my truck is white. I do like some of these options, like the grays. Not a big fan of the orange. I'm kind of talking through this because I'm honestly not sure what I would choose. I think I'm going to go with the blue. I do tend to like blue in general. So we're going to pull up that blue. All right, we are going to go with the all-wheel drive, like I mentioned. Get a little bit more traction. Now, being that this isn't a big truck, you can only get 4,000 pounds towing capacity, but 4,000 pounds would tow a small boat, wave runners. I've got a utility trailer that's about 2,500 pounds empty. That's kind of the stuff that I would be looking at, towing some dirt bikes, things like that. So, not anything that I really plan to tow big with something like this, but okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I don't want to go with the trimmer package because, the all-terrain tires, the little bit of a lift, doesn't really do much on a tiny little truck for me personally, so we're just going to skip the FX4 off-road package because it does offer something very similar. Now, the XLT luxury package, this adds a couple things I do like. You do have the heated seats, even though it's cloth seats. You do have a heated steering wheel, LED box lighting. When I got this in my truck, it was a game changer. I absolutely love having the LED lights in the box, just to see the car go at night, things like that. It's pretty awesome to have. So we're going to go ahead and do that because even with the cloth, I do like the heated seats. Ford Co-Pilot 360, that's basically your blind spot system, lane keeping system. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then here, I think the wheels and tires look great with what you've got. So we're just going to keep that as it is. Now, I don't like to do all their aftermarket accessories. that's something that, you know, you can do later on, so I don't want to add it in there and, you know, add that to the cost of the vehicle. Now, this is one that I think is pretty cool, that you can do crossbars on the bed, and that's something I would probably do at a later date for like skis and snowboards and things like that I talked about. Now here's this interior I was talking about. I really do like it. It really does suit the vehicle well. You've got the orange accents, the white accents. It really turns out, I guess that's kind of a light gray, but it does really make it feel more premium than its price point would suggest. So that's why I really do like the XLT model. Doesn't feel like they've cheaped out, even though they're using materials where they've cheaped out. If that makes sense. But you do have this little storage cubby here, which is kind of nice as well. So we're gonna keep that. I do personally like a vehicle with a sunroof. I'm the type of person that if I do have a sunroof, I am gonna use it 100 days a year, even though we have all 4 seasons here where I live. So I think I will do the sunroof, even though it adds almost $1,000. And then again, here's some of those aftermarket accessories. We're not going to get too deep into that, so we'll just call that what it is. That gives us a total estimated net price of $32,790. You've got the blue exterior, you've got the navy two-tone slate gray interior. I think that works really well together. And then, like I said, XLT with the EcoBoost motor and all-wheel drive, I think it's a fantastic choice. If I were to have a Maverick, this is how I'd spec it out. This is how I'd order it today. But of course, I want to know how you would spec it out. How would you take a Ford Maverick, spec it out the way that you would want it? Would you go bare bones, XL trim with the hybrid? Would you go all the way to the Lariat? I want to know. Make sure to drop a comment below. And thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, rate, all the things that the YouTube algorithm likes, so that more people can see this, so we can do more videos. And thank you again. I'll catch you on the next video.